Hello, welcome to Magical Maidens Jewelry Tutorial. So today I have something for you, and it's how to make the pendants. Now I did this on my last video that I just did in Jewelry Tutorial, where I did the black and the purple necklace. So the black necklace, what I did was I made a pendant like this, and here's the picture. But today I decided to do a white one, and I added some gemstones, some acrylic sticker gemstones. So here it is, and this is going to be on a lariat necklace chain that I'm going to create, just like the black one was on a lariat. And a lariat is basically when your beads, when your necklace comes to this way and then it drips down. And there it is. I love the way this looks, and it's going to make a nice pair of earrings. So I'm going to put this aside. That's already done. Now what I've done here is I've already gone, and they're facing me. I've already painted the glass cabochons. And this is what they look like. Now I do have to put another coat on there. I don't have any white nail polish, so what I'm using is a white paint pen. So I prefer to use nail polish, but since I didn't have any in white, and this is just getting the edges, and it dries pretty quick. And that's kind of like why I like using nail polish, because it dries very quick. And we all know that when you're doing crafting, patience is key. So if you can find something that dries fast and you're not waiting forever, you have a better chance. Okay, so now that has to dry before I glue it. And this is just a Sharpie, and it's white. I had an idea, and the only way to get started with it was to do that. So these, my husband spray painted them for me. And they're still a little bit tacky. They're supposed to dry, but I think he went a little heavy-handed with the paint. So I suggest if you're spray painting with a Rust-Oleum Mira finish. So these only come in gold that I've seen. I think you could buy these alone because these came in a kit. And they're actually earrings. See, you have that. But you can turn them into anything you want. So I turned one into a pendant before with the black, and then I turned this one into a pretty pendant. Put the links below for everything I'm showing you that I used. So if you are going to buy the whole kit, because I think they do have just these shapes, but I've looked, but they're usually in a kit. So the next thing you're going to need is this set, and they come with glass cabochons right here, and they're silver Tibetan silver. So they do tarnish a bit. So if you have a jeweler's cloth or a little something, but I would, when you store your jewelry, what you should really do is store it in a box with the cotton. That prevents it from tarnishing, okay, because it's Tibetan silver. But the links will be below. These are great. The only problem is they tarnish, but real silver tarnishes, unfortunately. And I have a jeweler's cloth that takes that right off, but you may not. So, okay. So now the next thing you're going to need is a toothpick and some E6000 glue. And what I did was I went to the back of this and I glued it. Now it takes about 30 to 20 minutes to kind of adhere, but it takes 24 hours for E6000 to totally cure. So I wouldn't go ahead and package them up if you're giving them as a friend or selling them, or I wouldn't start wearing it till 24 hours later. But if you're doing a craft, I would suggest you glue what you need to glue and then go do what you got to do for 20 to 30 minutes and then come back and then finish your project. While this glass cabochon's drying, this is going to be the bottom. So I'm going to move this one out of the way. And I'm going to take my E6000 glue. I'm just taking a little. You don't need too much. And I'm just going to gently go like this and put it in the pendant tray part of this. Now, you definitely want to make sure before you start messing with it that adhered, because otherwise it's going to move all over. And if you're making earrings with it, you want to make sure that you put them together and that they're positioned in the same spot, because once it dries, you're out of luck. I'm going to take the dry glass cabochon and drop it in there. Now, if your hands have glue, I would suggest you don't touch it, and you want to position it. And then you want to push down. And don't worry, we're going to clean this later. What you want to do later, once that dries, is take some rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip, which I always tell and show you on these jewelry tutorials, and just put a little on the tip, not that it's dripping or anything, kind of blot it out on a paper towel. And then go over that, and if you see any glue that you might have gotten, if it oozed out or anything, go like that. It'll clean it right up and it'll give it a nice shine and get your fingerprint smudges off and everything. So I'm going to put this over here. So now what you should have is something that looks like that. Okay, but wait, we want to get more extra with that. We want to do something blingy. So as you can see, this piece has, I added a little blingy to make it different than the black one that I have. And it really looks nice because it just sparkles. So I'm going to get that and show you what that looks like. So what I got were these from the Paper Studio at Hobby Lobby. And they're actually stickers, but you still need to put a little of the E6000 glue because that adhesive on the back of this is not going to hold out on jewelry. And it might work on paper, but it just doesn't really adhere. So just like this, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to put that there for reference. Turn it around facing me. And turn this around. And now I'm going to stick one here, one there. What you might want, if I can find it, is a nice long, what you might want is a long, nice long tweezers. You could actually get these at the crafting area too. I have a lot of paint and glue and stuff. I do have to clean them. I'm just going to get one of these. And when you pull them off, that adhesive feels pretty strong. So you think you could get away with not using any glue. But I'm sorry to disappoint because you really do need the glue. So I'm just going to take my toothpick with a little E6000 glue. And I'm going to place it exactly where this one is. And you're also going to clean that with the Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol once it dries. And I got a little up here, but I'm going to clean that off also with the Q-tip and rubbing alcohol. Now I'm going to get another one off of here. Now we're going to do Now I did get a little glue, so before the glue gets too tacky, and I don't want to really mess around too much because it's wet, you'd probably wait until this adhered a bit before you did mess with it. But if you have a light hand, you could just go over it like that. See how shine it gets? And I got a little glue up here, so I'm just gonna, and it took the glue off. Okay, and now I'm going to shine this up of my fingerprints. And now I'm going to let it dry. I'm just going to put it somewhere and dry, and it looks just like my pendant. And I'm going to repeat the process on the other side once everything is dry. Okay, so now you have a whole set. You have earrings and a pendant. So this was the pendant. These were the earrings that I made. But the only thing I have to do here is I have to get some earring fish hooks. Here are the earring fish hooks. Now I'm not ready yet because I'm still waiting for the glue to dry on everything that I've just glued. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to use some spacers, and they've got like a little rhinestones in them, and some beads. And I got some white and clear. Now I don't have too many, I'm just using what I have, but for this I would use some white and maybe some clear beads. But for, like I said, for me, I'm just using what I have. And I'm also going to use some eye pins. So you're going to need your jewelry working tools, your round nose and your chain nose. Pin has the little round loop at the end, where a head pin has a flat, just like a regular pin. Okay, so what I want to do, this is going to be a lariat. I'm just going to go like that. And then if you're going to hang more beads, you can. But I'm going to cut the excess. You also need your cutters. And I apologize for the noise, but the garbage men are here. And they're very noisy. Friday's garbage day. So you're going to determine how much you need and then trim off the excess. Then you're going to take your round nose and you're going to make a nice loop. So you want to make sure that you have a jump ring to attach them. And I have a 4mm jump ring. I usually use between a 6 and 4mm jump rings. But because this is small, and you know, I prefer it so that you don't notice it that much all the way around until I could pick up more white beads. So what I'm going to do is just use some large size jump rings for the rest of the chain. You could easily do that. It makes it look different. Or I could use 6mm. So I'm going to see when I come to that point. So now what I'm going to do is I made the two side pieces. I'm going to go ahead and take my 4mm jump ring and attach them. Okay, so I've gone ahead and made the lariat. Let me turn this around so that you can see. So the pendant's going to hang off of this. Now I didn't attach this with a spacer. These are two separate in the eye pins and then attached with a 4mm jump ring. And then these all are on the same eye pin. And then I made the loop. There's a spacer. So now that you're getting the idea, so I don't have any more of these clear beads, but what I am going to do is add some of the white beads, singular. And then whatever space I have left, because I have no more white beads, I'm going to add some jump rings. Okay, now to add some length and drama, I'm going to add these two larger clear beads. Okay, so let me move these tools out of the way. So now I've gone ahead and added these pieces for a little drama. But I want to see how long I'm going to make this before I add either chain or jump rings. Okay, so now it's attached to the lariat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how long I need it by trying this out in the mirror. Okay, so I determined by trying it on that I'm going to have to add like 5 inches of either chain or jump rings. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I decided to go with the jump ring. So I attached a 6mm jump ring to the larger jump ring. Not sure what millimeters these are, but they're very large and they're thick. But now I wanted to show you, you could either do it like this, just attach them, or you can get fancy with the jump rings and attach 2 like this between each one. Okay, so here it is. I finished it. Now, if you wanted to hang shorter, you can shorten it. So what I did was, you don't even see the jump rings. They're very large, the jump rings that I've attached to these pieces. Or you can go eliminate any decorative beads and just go straight to that, or just make it all white beads. But like I said, I only had a few of these white beads with the clear, with the white in there, and then I only had a few spacers. And I like the way it came out. And I like the way it hangs. So that's the lariat necklace. Okay, now we're going to work on the earrings. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our earring fish hooks and your round nose pliers, and you're going to open them. And then you're just going to go very gently into the loop. Now, you might want to wait till everything dries with the glue. So I'd give it a half an hour. Now, you can put a jump ring if you prefer, and then your earring fish hook. So here it is. It's all finished. As you can see, we have the earrings all done and ready to go, and the necklace. So the matching set. You may not need the light, so I'm going to shut that light off so we can get a better view of it all. And I don't know, there it is. It's a little better with the lighting. So that's it. I want you to see what I did. Those are the, and there's the round clasp, but you could add a toggle clasp or lobster claw. That lobster claw is my favorite, and I think it looks very nice. I think it turned out pretty good. So now I have that nice pendant with the lariat chain that I created and the matching earrings. Remember to look below for all the links to all the items that I used to create this. And also, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, click the notification bell, and remember to like this video, and also go ahead and share this with anyone you know that may be interested in this craft. And leave a comment if you have any questions about this tutorial, or just to say hello. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my videos. Bye.